and Gozo, and welcome to another episode of Lovin Daily. I'm your host Sam Vassallo, joined by Lovin Malta's editor Julian Bonnici. This episode is sponsored by eCabs, who are giving away €20,000 worth of free rides. Taking part in this massive giveaway is super easy. All you have to do is download the eCabs app, book yourself a ride, opt into eCabs Circle from their app, share this video and tag 3 friends in the comment sections below. Let's go straight to the headlines. So, Judge Lafaro insists there are no grounds for recusal from Caruana Galizia inquiry. 18 vehicles have been destroyed in a suspected arson attack in Gudia. A Maltese MEP has apologized for saying he helps his wife in the kitchen. A Mater Dei nurse will be the first to receive the COVID-19 vaccine. And meanwhile, court delays sees Daniel Muka's brother released on bail for a violent robbery.
Yeah, on to our first story. So Judge Abigail Lafaro has received the backing of both the Caruana Galizia family and the other board members in the public inquiry linked to the assassination of journalist Daphne Caruana Galizia. So Abigail Lafaro, there were some serious questions sort of raised against her, linked to the story involving Rosian Kutayar, Jorgen Fenech, and the purchase of a 3.1 million Mdina home. For those of you who haven't read the news in recent days, Rosian Kutayar, who is the Parliamentary Secretary for Reforms, pocketed €46,500 for playing her part in brokering the deal in May 2019. The deal itself eventually fell through after Fenech's arrest. So, how is Lafaro linked to this? So basically, the property is owned by a company owned by Pierre Lafaro, who is Abigail Lafaro's husband. Just to make clear, Pierre Lafaro is not the actual owner. There's an ultimate beneficiary owner of the name of Camilleri. He acted more like as the lawyer in his part in the deal. Obviously, there are some serious questions on that itself, but Judge Abigail Lafaro, speaking in the public inquiry yesterday, said that she only found out about this incident on 19 December, which is roughly about a week ago, after a journalist contacted her husband and said herself, given her strong work within the public inquiry and sort of the way she's acted, that there should be no grounds for refusal. The Caruana Galizia family and the board agreed. And sort of now Lafaro will continue staying on. It was actually nice to see Lafaro make such a public statement. People were asking for it. The same cannot be said of Malta's Prime Minister, right, Sam?
Yes, unfortunately and unsurprisingly, Abela has remained silent until yesterday, where he said he won't be taking a decision on Rosian Kutayar, Junior Minister, until an investigation from the Standards Commissioner, George Hisler. Now, to me, this just feels like, a cabinet reshuffle. The appointment, reforms in the police are absolutely useless if you're not going to be taking harsh decisions when such, I wouldn't even say allegations come out. I think that if he actually wants to prove that we are respecting the rule of law and that they actually want to take this seriously, then an instance like this was a perfect opportunity to show that. But unfortunately, here we are.
These decisions are counting for naught, as you're saying. Prime Minister Abela, we're looking for decisive leadership, not being weak just because your friend from Ormi is in trouble. Now, on to our next story, Sam.
Indeed. So, 18 vehicles have been destroyed in a suspected arson attack in Gudia. 18 vehicles, as I said, have been seriously damaged on Sunday. An investigation has been launched. Thankfully, no one has been hurt. It seems that arson attacks are becoming more prevalent as the years go by. There are hundreds that happen each year, and they've been increasing every year. This comes actually just as 2 Maltese youths were arrested for a string of arson attacks in Valletta, where the court heard that they were flinging Molotov cocktails from electric scooters. The Valletta mayor actually spoke out about this issue, and his own car was subjected to an arson attack as well. What I want to know is, why is this increasing? What is the reasoning behind it? Are they doing this for fun? Are they doing this, with a certain purpose?
Well, it's a mix of both. Recently there was a guy charged with serial larceny, I guess I would call it, in prison. He targeted 5 cars in Valletta, including the mayor's, as you've said. This is not really a new issue in Malta. Arson attacks have been happening at an alarming regularity. There were figures, I think the most recent figures were published about 2 years ago, at least for 2018, where it sort of found that there's an arson attack every 2 days in Malta. That's a very worrying figure. And I wonder what police are waiting for just to finally start taking some serious action. Are we going to have to, or the government for that matter, are we going to have to wait for someone to die, all of us to be crying for the next few days, or we're going to take action? We're going to take action when really our lack of it in the beginning is the reason behind the death itself. On to our next story, a bit of a lighter one, I suppose. A prominent Maltese MEP was made to apologize after he uploaded a photo of himself in the kitchen saying he was there to help his wife. Now, Alex Ajus Saliba got into some hot water over a relatively innocuous video, you know, with a lot of women's rights groups and activists calling him out, you know, for keeping in tune with these sort of patriarchal ideas, you know, that you're helping, or the only way you can help your wife is in the kitchen. Alex Adju Saliba himself apologized and said maybe instead of using help, he should have said contribute, but he was just saying at the end of the week, at the end of his week of work, you know, he was just helping out in the kitchen a bit. I find the story a bit ridiculous, to be honest. Just a classic example of political correctness gone way overboard. Alex Adju Saliba, all he did was upload what he probably thought was a pretty, you know, nothing photo, you know, just to upload to his social media followers. He was slaughtered for it, when I think these activists should know, particularly when it comes to women's issues, that there are far greater issues than what an MEP is uploading on his private social media page. Obviously, there were loads of memes, but rather than Alex Adju Saliba, the funny one out of all of this was our minister, Owen Bonnici. We haven't actually found the phone online, but there was a photo upload of Owen Bonnici cooking food with the burner completely turned off. I mean, how much more ridiculous can you get than that? And a classic example of politicians doing or saying anything just to get some positive reaction online.
Exactly, a little bit of political correctness. Anything that goes on social media is obviously dramatized, but saying that, I don't think that we should applaud people for doing the bare minimum at home, whether you're a woman or a man. On to our next story. Malta Nurse will be the first to receive the COVID-19 vaccine. So, Health Minister Chris Fearn has confirmed that 10,000 vaccines will arrive this Saturday, just as the EU approved the BioNTech-Pfizer vaccine for use. The first person to be inoculated will be an infectious disease unit nurse on the 27th of December at 9 a.m. Other staff in crucial wards in Malta will also get the vaccine. It's good to know that we will be getting more vaccines every Monday, so we'll get the first shipment of 10,000 vaccines on the 27th and then on the 28th. Also, as more vaccines are approved, this will obviously increase as well until we're all inoculated.
Yes, so just to clarify, we'll get about a few thousand every Monday until the whole country is inoculated. Yesterday during the press conference, Deputy Prime Minister Chris Fearn gave some indication on how this was going to be rolled out. So over the next few weeks, hospitals and care homes and critical wards, their residents and staff will be vaccinated first. Then from 7 January, the government will start sending out letters to people to come get vaccinated. It will start from over 85s and then slowly, make its way down to the ones who have obviously less priority until everyone is vaccinated. That document will include the date, time, and place of where you're going to get your vaccination, along with some helpful details about the vaccines. Any concerns that we may have. Things are looking up, we're going to start getting some vaccines. Hopefully, as the Deputy Prime Minister said himself, we'll be returning to normal within a few months. So stay patient, everyone. For now, we'll soon be out of this. On to our last story. Basically, the ugly issue of court delays has reared its head once again after Baktesh Muka, the brother of the main suspect in a shocking Slima double was released on bail for a violent robbery simply because of court delays. Baktesh was arrested in January 2019 for a Slima robbery, which Daniel Muka also took part in. In that robbery at Diamonds International in the Teeny Point area, the brothers made off with 300,000 euros worth of product and were actually quite violent themselves in the shop. Baktesh wasn't arrested immediately. Daniel Muka was. If people don't remember, Daniel Muka even had tried to shoot 3 police officers on his arrest. Baktesh remained on the run until he was arrested in January 2019. Fast forward 20 months, and Baktesh Muka has also been released on bail just like his brother. For those who don't remember, Daniel Muka, while out on bail, killed 2 people, Chris Pandolfina and Ivor Majichowski, in their Slema home, for what police believe was just as motivated behind a petty theft. I don't know about the commenters out there, please let us know below, but this is another shocking instance of Malta's courts letting the public down. I think it must be absolutely clear that the justice system should be duty-bound to protect its citizens and not protect offenders at the detriment of public safety. This issue has gone on for way too long. Malta has one of the longest court delays in all of Europe, despite us having a much smaller legal system. In essence, our Justice Minister, Edward Zammit-Lewis, should maybe stop focusing on all his time on Jorgen Fenech allegations, dealing with those every week, and actually start contributing to some serious reform in the country.
Yes, unfortunately, the message is clear. More people are going to have to suffer until, there comes a point where we have no choice but to actually make these court reforms. That was all from us here on Lovin Daily. Just to remind you again, this episode was sponsored by eCabs, who are giving €20,000 worth of free rides. All you have to do to take part of this massive giveaway is download the app, book yourself a ride, opt into the eCabs circle from their app, share this video, tag 3 of your friends below, and you'll be in the run to be the winner. And now just a video from our sponsor. Have a day full of lovin'.
Hey everyone, we've got something huge up for grabs. Probably our biggest and best competition yet, worth a whopping €20,000, and it's super easy to win. We've teamed up with eCabs to give away 1 whole year's worth of free cab rides to 1 lucky winner. That's 12 whole months of ridiculous convenience and efficiency without spending a single cent on transport. They now don't only have the black cabs anymore. Awesome. How do you win? Step 1, download the eCabs app. Step 2, book yourself a ride and opt into the eCabs circle, which will allow you to save money, earn points, and get some great benefits. Step 3, share this video and tag 3 friends in the comments below. It's really that simple. Now, if an entire year's worth of free cab rides just doesn't do it for you, there's a bunch of other great prizes up for grabs, including a brand new iPhone 12 and so much more. And if you've already booked 1 ride this year, just opt in. Competition ends December 25th at midnight. This sounds almost too good to be true. Just opt in.
Hey guys, I was stuck in traffic and I really couldn't find parking.